Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Hoops Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Ighodaro.
And I'm your co-host, Chris Blackwood. What up, what up, what up, what up? Let's go.
Listen, we want to thank everybody who's been supporting us.
Thank you.
Listen, that Andrew Nicholson interview went crazy.
Viral.
Bleacher Report, NBA Buzz, NBA TV, NBA Network. It went crazy.
Come on,
Keep
man.
watching it, man. Andrew Nicholson, Draymond Green. Listen. Andrew Nicholson, one-on-one. We're looking for that match, Draymond.
Looking for that.
We're looking for that match. Anyways, continue to keep booking us on the, for your lives. We are a vibe.
We're everywhere, man. Don't
amazing articles on the website.
Come on, baby.
Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere.
We are here.
But today, we got a special guest.
Come on, man. If you know, you know.
My brother for a very, very long time.
If you know,
from the South.
Know. Yes.
From the dirty South. We got Bo Harris in the building, everybody.
Bo,
What's happening, man? What's happening, man? You gotta give me a hype man like y'all, man.
Yeah.
Listen, yo, we have a guest who flew in. He didn't come directly to Hip Hop Hoops, but pit stop.
Definitely.
That's blessed. Sure. Man. So
but I think you got to give a little history lesson because I'm blessed to be around, obviously, you with your basketball mind.
Right.
But even when COVID was heavy and we were on the IG Live, you know what I mean? Anytime Bo came on, I knew I had to come correct. Like,
we had some great sessions.
When you guys are having your discussions, I'm like, shit. I'm just a fly on the wall right now because the IQ just the knowledge of the game and the love for the game.
We had some hour-long sessions, man.
Holy.
Bo's wife said, nah, get off now.
It's over.
So definitely grateful to see you in the flesh.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to this episode.
Same thing.
You know what I mean? But provide a little history lesson real quick, man, because you guys are some hoopers. You know how it goes.
Yo, man, Bo was my teammate, man. He kind of reminded me of that Scottie Pippen type, long arm, super athletic.
Two-way player.
Two-way, can do a bit of everything, man. Super, super athletic, man. I'll never forget the day, man, he dunked on this dude so crazy. I wanna say it was at Georgetown. And I don't know if they called the offensive foul, but you did your thing, what you like to do.
Yeah, the George Gervin.
You raised up on him.
Man, George Gervin.
Boom!
Like pound the balls.
And you caught the dude. So
Can I say it was kind of similar to like a Scotty Barnes? In Chicago when he kind of like and then banged it.
Yo, your history lesson though, look up Connie Hawkins.
Connie Hawkins.
Yeah. Somebody told me, an older guy told me, like, man, you be dunking it like Connie Hawkins. And I looked him up. Exactly like it.
Yeah.
You look up Connie Hawkins, man. He was that's where I kind of got it from.
As I met him through basketball. We've been friends for a long, long time. But the good thing about Bo is he has that same passion for hip hop that we both do.
Yes.
So not only do we have discussions, Bo will he'll tag me in a bunch of stuff where, Lil Wayne is better than Hove and this and that, his down south. So he knows his hip hop too.
Yes. Coming from the South.
Yes.
That South perspective is
absolutely,
real.
Absolutely. So I wanna ask you, as far as, hip hop turned 50.
Yup.
As you know.
Yeah.
But I want to know what that means to you. Hip hop being 50 years
50
old.
50 years, man. That's crazy.
Yes.
Like to even go back to, when I kind of got first introduced to hip hop, it wasn't the South because the South really didn't have it wasn't really established like that.
Right.
My father introduced me to E40. E40, Tupac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That West Coast kind of, that West Coast kind of rap. And that's kind of how I grew up with the Snoop Dogg, the E40, Pac, that was kind of when I first started getting into it. As I got older, that's when the South kind of started rolling.
Right.
You got your UGKs, Outkast, and then it kind of took over for a segment with the Jeezys and the Waynes and the T.I.s and all that stuff. So originally it was E40 and Snoop Dogg for me, but when it got to the South, got rolling, I kind of got in my teens, man, it was Master P and Cash Money. Like that's big. Like Master P and Cash Money, you know what I mean? In my eyes, you know what I mean? No Limit and Cash Money was like how y'all look at Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? Like we didn't listen to Wu-Tang like that. Like not a lot of people in the South listen to Wu-Tang and those same, Mobb Deep and those type of groups. We was more listening to Cash Money, No Limit, you know what I mean? And it kind of just grew from that. You know what I mean? The Pastor Troys, the Lil Boosies and Webbies, Pimp C, UGK, you know what I mean? Bun B. So like 50 years, man, that's crazy because everybody kind of had their segment. Like Houston was Texas. Remember they had like a segment with Mike Jones and the Millionaires and all
Mike
those
Jones
guys.
kept saying
like,
his name and putting his phone number.
But it went for like a 2 or 3 year span with like him, Paul Wall, Mike Jones. Like
Paul
they had
Wall.
they had their
I heard that was Mike Jones' real phone number too that he was putting in.
he put his number.
People were calling it like, yo.
Yeah, so everybody kind of had their run, but you know, South is kind of large, so they had different segments, but you know, you got your ones that kind of stuck. You know what I mean? Like the Jeezys, the T.I.s, the Lil Waynes. They kind of went worldwide. You know
Ludacris.
What I mean? Yeah, Ludacris. You know what I mean? To a certain degree. I mean, he went to the acting route, but you know,
definitely Ludacris.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Ludacris.
He was lyrical.
He was probably I want to say one of the more underrated artists from the South. He doesn't get his just due, I don't think. He's good.
Yeah.
I like him, man. He's good. He has some hits.
He came out a little like when he first came out. He came out a little like
comical,
like I'm
type
playing
rap.
around, comical. Like, but when you really listen to it, he really lyrically
spit some stuff.
Spit some
there
stuff.
was nothing comical. I'll never forget. Because I'm a G Unit fan. G Unit all day, every day. And when we extended our olive branch to the South, and we brought in Young Buck, and then Young Buck came out with his project. I think it was straight out of Cashville.
Yeah.
And Stomp. And he had T.I. and Ludacris on it.
Going back and forth.
Oh,
yeah,
they were literally beefing with each other on the track. And Luda went in. Like T.I. did his damn thing, but Luda, man.
Did you have the G Unit?
Yeah, I had all that. The G Unit sneakers.
You had the wife beater joint, the tank top?
The tank top. It was just altered a bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's all I want to know.
I was in the weight room
you ain't
all
got to
day.
describe it. That's all I want to know.
No, because I know he's going to say something
you
crazy.
Was there doing your
He's going to say something crazy. You know what I mean?
He said it. I didn't say nothing.
G-Unit, I used to treat the G-Unit sneaker collection like Jordans.
Oh, man.
I had every single pair.
Oh, man.
Real talk, man. Come on, all that unofficial members.
When does 50 come to town?
He's here on Monday, man.
Man,
okay.
you better
He's here on Monday, man. I'm here, man. I'm there too.
Something.
I hope so. We'll see.
But back to the South. We're talking about the South, man. You said Master P. Like you said, the South was running the. You know what? New York took a hit because 50 came in.
Oh, here we go.
And he divided a lot. He was beefing with Hove. He was beefing with Fat Joe. No artist was doing anything collabing together. Meanwhile, the South is collabing and they're going crazy and they're showing love. And they were destroying the game.
Right.
ATL. Like, we're talking about Little John. You know, we're talking about
Big
Crime
Shots.
Mob.
Little John's crazy.
Like
Little John era was nuts.
Yeah.
Like it was a time when Lil John was banned from the clubs. Like you can't listen to like you play like 30 seconds of Lil John, the lights coming on.
It.
Like, yeah, it's about to be a fight. It's about to be like they banned that Lil John and 3 6 Mafia. Like you couldn't really play. And I forgot about 3 6 too. 3 6 Project Pat and them and 8 Ball MJG.
Right. What about Gucci? What about Gucci, man?
Gucci is he's out, like he's in my era, but he kind of faded like out of my era. Like you know, with Gucci Man, it was like the chunky Gucci Man, like the little chunky Gucci Man. Yeah, I liked him. Like when he came back, he was cut up and swole. Like you know what I mean? It's kind of like almost past his time a little bit. You know what I mean? But you know, it was crazy, man. Like that South era, that South time, it was crazy as far as hip hop goes on a daily basis. And like you almost came out like No Limit would come out with an album.
Right.
You had to go to the store and get the CD like every week. Everybody went platinum. Like Mia X, Silk the Shocker.
Mia X went platinum?
Yes, Mia X, Silk the Shocker, Mr. Servon, Mystical, C Murder, Sons of Funk, all of those guys.
Who the hell? I don't even know who those guys are.
You ain't never heard the Sons of Funk?
Nah.
Hey man, Google it.
Sons of Funk.
But it's like
they all went platinum.
Yo, Mr. Soldier Slim, all those guys came out with an album, you would have the album, like we would go buy the CDs and they would it'd be like a specifically No Limit album cover. Like you could tell like this is a No Limit CD. And you open it up and I remember it would have like coming next week. You know what I'm saying? Have all the people drop it. You know what I mean? It wasn't no internet back then, so that's how you knew what was coming out.
But it's kind of dope that you said you used to listen to like the West Coast when you were younger.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that when Snoop left the West Coast, he went straight to the South and he went to No Limit.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I
that's
mean?
kind of how it transitioned too. Because when Snoop came, he tells stories like, he tells stuff about Master P all the time. Like Master P introduced him to the game. Like how to make money and all that stuff. But like when Snoop came, it was like a match made in heaven because we already had this style. And then he would come in with the smooth, you know what I'm saying, under control. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like one of those favorite songs you talk about at the club is F the mother, you know what I'm saying? That's like when, and then Snoop come in as like, you know what I mean? Like, chill out, man. Whoa. Smooth. It's smooth with it, you know what I mean? So that was a great, I guess, partnership in that situation.
But you know what's crazy though? I wanna ask you guys this question. Who had the better run between Cash Money and No Limit?
Well, here's the thing.
And I want to exclude, I don't want to put Drake in that Cash Money.
You talking about Cash Money?
I don't want to put Nicki. And I don't want to put Nicki Minaj.
Nah, but that's Young Money.
You're right. Young Money. Just Cash Money.
We're talking Lil Wayne, BG, Turk.
Yeah.
This is all jokes aside.
Juvenile.
All jokes aside. This was like when Cash Money and No Limit, because No Limit came first.
Right.
Then Cash Money kind of came on the scene and kind of
bling bling era.
It was almost like people was arguing about that like they would like Bloods and Crips. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Cash Money over here. Now I'm No Limit. Like, it was kind of like going back and forth. You know what I mean? And it was more of like, I think that Cash Money is probably had the better run because they had better like artists. I think they like Juvenile, BG, Wayne, and Turk. You know what I mean? They was just, it was just the four of them. You know what I mean? And then Manny Fresh and Baby, you know what I mean? But they had better like lyric artists like Wayne and BG and Juvie. You know what I'm saying? But No Limit had like so many, like I was naming people off and it like, and there was more. Like there's there's so many more artists that No Limit had put on.
I know Mr. Swerve. Is it Swerve? Yeah, I know Soulja Slim, C Murder.
You don't know nothing about Skullduggery.
Silk Shocker.
Skullduggery. Fiend.
Fiend. I know Fiend.
Fiend.
What's his brother's name too? He got two brothers.
Oh man,
he got C Murder and what's the other one? Is it Silk Shocker?
Yeah.
Then we had Mystical.
Got
Mystical too.
Mr. Servo. Like y'all know, like it's a bunch of like they.
Man,
what Master P did, he put on a whole lot of people, bro. Like he would take and be like, man, here, look, take this 10 grand, make an album. I take this 20 grand. And you seen the videos with Snoop was like, bro, it was like a factory. Like we was in a hotel, we was in like a estate, and they was just in there producing record after record after record. He said, I produced record for 6 months, and then P was like, yeah, it's time for you to make yours now. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just on everybody's tracks, you know what I'm saying, for the next. So like there's so many, you know what I mean? And Master P was doing more like movies, like I'm Bout It. I got the hookup, those type of things.
That first movie went crazy.
Yeah, I got the hookups, got John Witherspoon and
but real shit.
What's the guy's name?
There was a movie that kind of traumatized me for the rest of my life, even to this day when I think about it.
What?
Lockdown.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
It's Master P.
That jail scene.
Yeah.
Well, even though it took place in jail, the brother, the short brother with the braids and the wavy hair, like.
I never seen that.
Oh
movie.
man,
you ain't never seen that movie?
Oh man, when they got him in that other range. In the cell with those white boys.
Yeah.
Man.
They did him dirty.
They did him dirty. That sorry to cut you guys off, but that really I just brought traumatic memories.
Yeah, so the South just I mean, and then it kind of just transitioned from No Limit and then Cash Money took over from the 99 to the 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like Juvie and then all that can't happen. Yeah. And Wayne was like the baby of the group.
He was.
So Wayne never really like Juvenile. Everybody considered Juvenile as like the best artist.
Right. Because he's the one who came out with High. That's what we got introduced to.
With Hove on the track.
Yeah.
On the remix.
That's when we got introduced to Cash Money. when he came over with that hot Juvenile.
When the
So
block when the block is hot.
You probably heard stuff before that.
Yeah, because they had the Big Timers albums and all that
we never
stuff.
got that just as yet.
But when that block is hot came out,
Yeah,
Lil
it
Wayne.
tough.
Oh my goodness!
I think Back That Ass Up was the song that took them
crazy.
Yeah,
that's when they went worldwide.
Yeah, I think that took them everywhere. Right, a lot of people's top 10 lists
in the South now. Like that evolution of Wayne, like
yeah,
we
so
felt it. East Coast.
Y'all felt it after he grew up.
Right.
We was listening to him when he was 13, when he wasn't allowed to cuss. You know what I'm saying? He's not allowed to cuss. He was 13. He was killing tracks. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't.
I never heard Wayne.
He was on the Big Timers albums. Like, I'll let y'all listen to it after. But he was on like Big Timer albums. He not even like his mama wouldn't let him cuss on the track.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So he would get on there and tear it up without even saying cuss words. When he came out with his second album, I think our first album, his solo album, is when he was like
the Carter
came out of his this first Cash Money album.
Okay.
Yeah, it was when he came out of his shell as far as like cussing and
the block is hot.
The block is hot.
Yeah,
I believe I started paying like when Back That Ass came up. Obviously, he was the last artist on that song. And he just went crazy.
Yeah,
you know, he rapped so different. And then when he transitioned over, everybody said that, you know, they were saying Gilly the Kid was writing for him. Well, Gilly the Kid said that he was writing for him, for Wayne. But then his style changed. Now I felt like he was so lyrical. And again, I didn't listen to him as a 13-year-old, so I don't know. I'm just saying us, East Coast, you know, up here, when Wayne, like those Carter albums, he started even dressing different. It wasn't Jabot jeans and Reeboks no more.
Yeah.
He started wearing Bape, you know, and Cavalli.
Shout out to Jabot jeans.
If
you know,
Jabot, you know.
If you know, you know,
right?
Oh, the Reeboks and Jabots.
It's like we were introduced to Wayne. I started paying attention to Wayne more then. Did you see like his style change, or was that always Wayne?
So every artist, like when they become like you evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, if he's still rapping as 13 as he is as 26, you can be like, I can't relate. You know what I'm saying? So like I think Wayne evolved, but I like a lot of people see it from the block is hot. Then he came with the Carter. Right. And then it was like, oh my God, like it's a whole different style, whole different flow. But what everybody don't know is there was a Squad Up 1, Squad Up 2, Squad Up 3, all the way to 7. Them is mixtapes. He was dropping every single month. He would drop a mixtape. You can see his style evolving through those Squad Up mixtapes. So then when Wayne came out with the Carter, it was new to y'all, but to us, we was like, this is what we've been waiting on.
And that's when I think
to drop that album, you know what I'm saying? Because the Squad Up, he was doing that. You know what I'm saying? He was flowing like that and rhyming like that. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of like, it's time for me to grow up. Like he left, like everybody else left the group. It was just Wayne. So it was like he had a whole new set of people he was working with. Gilly, you know what I mean? Mac Main, all of those guys. You know what I mean? From where he was working with Juvenile and them, it's kind of like Juvenile and BG was like his big brother. So his style was based off of his big brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, in the basketball terms, like if you training with, you know what I mean? You're going to play how you training with. But once you get to a certain level, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how he, like, a lot of people like he switched up the style, just went East Coast type, you know what I mean? But it was a process to that. And I think all rappers do that because it kind of gets on me about it. But I'm like, nobody talk about the gold teeth Jay-Z out there.
Nobody rapping like that.
See what I'm saying?
So like a fan of that.
And then he slowed it down, and you can say credits to the South. Because when we start listening to whole UGK, Big Pimpin', you know what I'm saying? That's when everybody kind of in the South kind of start listening to Hov. You know what I mean? We weren't listening to the first. I started listening to Hov American Gangster. And then went back.
That's late.
Yeah, and then went back. Like I went back, and then as I got older, stuff started to make sense. You know what I'm saying? But in the South, no, man, we wasn't listening to Hov. Like in 2000, nah, man, you better not put no Hove on in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like we won't hear Boosie, we won't hear, you know what I'm saying? We won't
Okay,
hear
hold on, but hold real quick.
Great segue.
I want to go back to. I think people felt like Wayne switched up his style because I remember that. I don't. What was that song? I know it was my favorite Wayne song is "Money on My Mind." Like craziest, yes. But I think because of that video, he was in New York and then he was hanging with
the New York brim.
Yes,
on.
and then he was having the skull belts and stuff like that. He kind of looked like
with,
more of a member of Dipset.
Yeah, started hanging with
and he started hanging with Jewels.
Yeah.
So I think that's when people were like, he switched up his style, and then he moved to Miami too, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why people felt like his style kind of switched up.
But I mean, great artists, you know, they gotta adapt. Like if you can adapt and still stay true to yourself and still adapt to what's going on to the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's how you stay relevant in that situation.
But which version of Wayne do you like better?
That's good question. Man, I like the mixtape Weezy, man.
Mixtape Weezy.
That's my favorite Wayne. Yeah. Like mixtape.
And where do you rank Wayne? Oh, we'll get to that anyways. We'll get to that. But I want to know as far as hip hop and the impact it had on you, like in the South, man. Like, Bo growing up, like how did hip hop impact you? Like, you're from Winchester, Kentucky.
Yeah, Winchester, Kentucky.
Like, how was that? How was that vibe over there with hip hop, man?
Man, like I said, my brother, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to my brother. He passed away. But they introduced me to it. You know what I mean? And in the South, it still looked down upon. You know what I'm saying? You know, I kind of like the NWA back in the day. So like you go to the South, like, you know, we at our high school games, we listen to "Where Did You Come From? Where'd You Go?" We warming up to that. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We had to get hype in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, we listening to like, you know what I mean? We will rock you in the warm up. So I'm like, in the locker room, we had to play hip hop to get ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so when it came to hip hop, and it blew my mind because in like 2012, I would go to like a predominantly all white. We'd go to 2 all white schools to play against each other. And then we come out and I'm tapping my homeboy like, man, they listen to Lil Baby. Like they came out to Lil Baby and like it's crazy now. You know what I'm saying? Like they all listen to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like watching it grow up from in the South to where it is now. I think it's amazing, man. Like how it's just become like it's a part of the commercials, the culture, like everything. Like when you watch TNT, the playoffs, you ain't hearing no rock and roll. You know what I mean? Baseball, even baseball done caught on to it. They got, you know, Jay-Z and different artists. You know
even
what I mean? Like
games,
football, hockey games, they playing rap. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the East started it. The West Coast, what Tupac say, made it a little bit better. The South took it, and we kind of like, it's for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, we gonna bring our own style to it. You know what I mean? And then now it's like, everybody doing it, man. From the suburbs to like, you ain't got to be from the streets to rap. Like, everybody's rapping now. So I think that, you know what I mean, seeing how it grew over the 50 years, man, it's borderline amazing, bro. It's borderline amazing.
I seen the Sprite commercial with Nas.
Yeah.
Hip hop turning 50.
Yeah.
That was dope.
And it's always been a part of our culture. Like, you know, one of the greatest, you know, with the hip hop and the hoops, right?
Yeah.
That Allen Iverson commercial with Jadakiss. Like,
Tough.
you know what I mean?
Tough.
You know what I mean? The Sprite commercial and all that thing.
Tough. Well, yo, you heard Boosie. Let's talk about it real quick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing, but Boosie said, you know, in the South, nobody's really taking in Jay-Z like that. He kind of even said, you know, he would rank himself higher.
He agrees with that.
You know what I mean? So, what's your take?
I think he's on drugs.
What is your take? Because this is not the first time. This is not the first time a Southern artist has said like Jay that impact, that Jay-Z impact that he has on East Coast rap.
Well, we're talking to a guy who's from down south. He said it himself.
We're trying
time. But we had I'm not cutting you off. Sorry, but we had Big Gip. He said, you know, he's mentioned Jay-Z a few times. You know, if you guys don't know who Big Gip is from Goody Mob, you know, he said that, you know, the first time he said that Tupac they listened to Tupac more than Jay-Z in the South, and nobody was listening to Jay-Z for real. Then he came and said 50 came, and 50 had more impact. His impact on hip hop in the South was greater than Jay-Z's impact in the South. And then he came back and said Eminem. This is all from Big Gip, by the way.
Yeah.
And then he said Eminem made Jay-Z cooler in the South for people to listen to. So
let's start with the 50 part first. Yeah. So 50 had a bigger impact. Like when 50 came
in the South,
we really wasn't mixtape 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when 50 dropped that Get Rich or Die Trying, like what's Jay-Z first album?
It was a Hurricane. No,
Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt. Like nobody was banging that Reasonable Doubt. Like we didn't start banging Jay-Z until later on. The
and like
blueprint.
you said, then they had to go back.
The blueprint,
really
you know what I'm saying? And even with the blueprint, I was still so caught up on, Cash Money, No Limit, those type of things.
Right.
I really started when I got into college, like American Gangster type, and then went back.
Right.
But when 50 dropped, I don't think there was nobody in the United States that wasn't listening to that 50.
So Jigga, like Jigga said, it was like, he's like a hurricane. He came in like a hurricane.
Yeah, like I don't think so bigger impact initially, 50, bigger impact. To get on what Gip was saying and Big Gip was saying and what Boosie was saying, but
let's go to Bootsy, because Bootsy says that nobody has Jay-Z over him in their top 10 in the South. So you're from the South.
Yeah.
Is Bootsy over Hove in your top 10 list of all time?
Now? Nah. I'm 37 years old, though, bro.
He's on drugs.
I got kids,
he's on drugs.
The words hits a little bit.
Come on, he's on drugs, people.
The words hits a little bit different. But at 18?
Come on,
man. At 18.
Yeah, like at 18,
Wait, listen, we talking
Boosie,
about right now.
Webby.
You talking about right now.
Yeah, that's
listen,
what I'm saying.
We have someone from down south.
Webby and
He's
Boosie,
saying it right now.
Webby and Boosie, when I was younger, when they was first come,
Wipe Me Down was your track?
Wipe Me Down, all of that. Independent, all of that stuff. Like, Boosie, like I would put Boosie at that time over Hov. Reason being is because we couldn't really relate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about hip hop is relatability. You know what I'm saying? Like
everything.
Like Eminem is a nice artist, but I can't. Like, I don't dig what you talking about. Killing your moms and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't relate to that. So, like, I'm like, next. You know what I'm saying? I'm skipping to the next. I'm gonna go listen to Bubba Sparks, man. Bubba Sparks talking about something. Baby Jig a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eminem that lost me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But he'll reel you back in because he'll talk about some real stuff. But like, it's all about back then. We wasn't relating to Jay-Z. We wasn't wearing button ups. You know what I'm saying? And Yankee hats. We was wearing tall tees, Jabos, you know what I'm saying? Reebok classics. Like, so like if that's what you was talking about, even later on with the Boosie era, the Wipe Me Down, you know what I'm saying? We still in our tall tees, baggy pants. And we wasn't wearing Reebok classics no more. We was probably wearing Jordans, but still, like Jay-Z, we couldn't relate. So that's why, like in that era, Boosie, I would put Boosie over there. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really talks about the South. And Wayne is on another level. But the guy that nobody talks about that everybody can relate to is 3 Stacks, man. Andre 3 Stacks. He different.
Wow.
He a different breed, man. Like, I don't care what nobody else says.
He's tough.
He different,
man.
To
me, he just doesn't have enough music. So that's why it's hard for me to rank him. Because and people are going to say, well, Biggie only got 2 albums, 3 albums.
Right.
But we're talking about 2 diamond albums. Like, Biggie just... It's just different, man.
Biggie. Outkast with Diamond, didn't they?
I think
back
so.
to back to back.
But okay, then you got tell me 3 Stacks by himself. He got the double CD, one when he's by himself, and he's pretty much singing the whole time.
That's Diamond though, ain't it?
It's probably Diamond.
Yeah,
but it's
like
give me a hip hop album just by yourself of 3 Stacks.
But he never really came by himself.
That's what I'm saying. We need it. We need the 3 Stacks by himself, a real hip hop album. That double CD.
You ain't ready for that, man.
I'm ready. I heard he's coming out. I heard he's dropping something.
He's dropping an album. I heard that's the rumblings right now.
Yeah. But last, I want to ask you your top 5 hip hop artist, but just down south. Just down south.
Of all time or just
of all time?
of all
Yes,
time.
of all time. I want to see if Boosie's gonna be in there.
Number one is Wayne.
Okay.
Number two, obviously, 3 Stacks.
Yeah.
3 is Scarface. Scarface don't get a lot of credit.
Right.
You know what I mean? People kind of forget about him a little bit, but Scarface is probably 3.
Big Crit.
I like Crit, but he ain't my top 5, man. I like Crit though.
I know you. We
I
talk
love
about
Crit.
we talk about him a lot.
I don't know if he's in my 5. He ain't top my 5. You gotta put. What am I at 4? You got
3.
You got 3. At 3 going on 4.
The way that Young Jeezy came into the game, man, like you kind of got
motivation like 101.
Impact mixtape. Like he came in and
he make you want to sell drugs.
Oh man,
I'm good because we're talking about related. You know,
Snowman boy.
And
oh man,
4 and at 5, like in my era, like the way I look at it, because I mean you can't put Outkast. That's a group. Right. UGK. That's a group.
Right.
I love Pimp C, Bun B. I don't know by themselves. They was okay, you know what I mean? Okay, but together they was dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have to go with T.I. Yeah, so Wayne, Stacks, Scarface, Jeezy, and T.I. Man.
T.I. been calling 50 out for a while to do a versus. 50 running.
He should.
I think T.I. will get him. I think T.I. will get him.
50 should run.
Nah,
I think T.I. will get him.
Man.
All he got is 20 songs.
He can dig. He can dig into his mixtape bag.
But that mixtape bag,
radio
see, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
That mixtape
That's what we talking about. That mixtape bag is based on who's watching. You know what I'm saying? Because if you dig into that mixtape bag, and I'm from the South, I'm not.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
T.I. got a mixtape bag too. Then when he was dissing Lil Flip,
right,
they going back and forth like, he got one, but you probably if I turned on the T.I. mixtape, you be like, yo, what is this, yo? Right. You know what I'm saying? If you turn on that 50, I'm gonna be like, well, what is this?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
50.
So we gotta go albums. We gotta go albums.
It'll be dope. Now, but if they had a versus, 50 would probably win 20 to 19.
No.
Nah,
T.I.
Album for album?
Huh?
This is off albums.
Just off 20 hot
50
songs.
only got 2 albums, man. He only got 2.
He got 4 albums.
But 2 of them are good. That's it.
Huh?
Who's the 4 albums? I ain't never.
You got Get Rich or Die Trying, The Massacre.
That's it.
Before I Self-Destruct.
Got Curtis.
Garbage.
Before I Self-Destruct.
No, we not listening.
Curtis, garbage. Before I Self-Destruct, garbage.
You got some bangers. You got some bangers on all those tracks, man, on all those albums. Man.
We not listening to those.
I mean,
which ones I get money? I get money.
That was
number
Curtis.
2.
Yo,
that was Curtis?
Okay. That was Curtis.
Yo, when I used to work at the car line on Fridays,
I
get my check. That was my jam. Swear it was. Every Friday I'm throwing it. I get money. I don't even know what album that was on. I thought that was just a random song he put out. He had that on the album?
Yeah, we got 4 albums.
Nah, we don't believe in it.
You can count. You can say 5 if you count Power of the Dollar, but like
what?
No.
That's an album. Power of the Dollar.
Man, come on, man. Stop it, man. Shout out 50, man. Dropping here on Monday. The final tour. Come on, I'm in there. Let's go.
Hey, as my man would say, man, drop the DJ D-Ray. Drop the beat. Yo, it's over.
Drop the beat.
Yeah, we don't want to hear none of that. Yo.
That's it, man, for us, man. You know, Hip Hop Hoops. Take us out.
Yo, man, 50 years, man. It's crazy. Bo, thank you, man.
Appreciate you,
providing us with that Southern perspective.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
We need that out here. We need that out here.
Yo, anytime you touch the 6, please stop by. You know the couch is waiting for you. You know what I mean? We're going to talk some hoops another time, but thank you. You know
Appreciate
what I mean?
it, man. Appreciate it.
That's it right now, man. Don't forget to check the website. Don't forget to book us. You know what I mean? For all your live events.
Yes.
Listen, man, check our IG, check out all our social media platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Like, share, comment.
You know, man. We're Hip Hop Meets Hoops.
Tidal League, man.
Tidal League. Distant Cousins. You already know what it is, man. We out.